Alrighty, folks, now that we have adjusted audio and the music, god, freaking phone. Alrighty, now that that has come, it is time to do the thing where we cover a lot of the new weapons that have shown up and a lot of possible looks, a little bit of peeks, and see what new things might come along. Now, the first two things I want to cover is what I've already picked up. The seasonal exotic Lawrenced Driver, a new green ammo linear fusion rifle. There we see again, green ammo linear fusion rifle. It has a nifty little perk that is going to take some getting used to, but it will randomly mark any target in the area, and when you final blow on it, it'll create a telemetry pattern, and picking up the said patterns grant bonus agility, and when you collect 3, it gives you a weapon bonus, or it grants bonus damage, and when it says a long duration, it means a long duration. I recall it being more than 45 seconds or so. But in addition, it has a fancy little black hole dragonfly, where a precision final blow will pull nearby enemies nearby and create an additional explosion. So it's pretty handy in almost all situations. It's good for damage, and it's also good for ad clear just because of that little boom boom as well. Now, one other thing I haven't tested in the field, but I did get a new high impact frame fusion rifle that is new and seasonal to this season. It's a new high impact frame, so it's a fusion rifle that actually feels like it can do some damage. My only worry is that it is a high impact fusion, which means expect a lot of people in the Crucible to be using this. I know there was still one other, but, you know, backup plan wasn't the problem with those. So, moving on, I'm going to take a peek at every exotic that we have access to so far. We have a trace rifle that is an exotic quest. I don't know if it's accessible yet or with time. I'm not sure if it's kinetic. It looked like it might have been stasis, so it will go in the kinetic slot because I have mentioned every new stasis weapon will go into kinetic if it is not a heavy. Now, as well, like I said, Lawrence's Driver is there, and we see no new heavies this season yet, though they might not spill the beans on that too soon. But it's honestly weird looking at it. The last heavy weapon we got was at the yearly DLC, and we haven't gotten any since, and we got 3 back then. But, of course, moving to armor, we have a set of 3 returning pieces of armor, starting with no backup plans. This wasn't exactly great in D1, but it might be great again. When you have full melee energy, shotgun final blows activate your defensive strike and consume your melee energy, with shotgun final blows also giving you melee energy. So basically, if you want to, I think you have to be running bubble again to have this one active and work, but at the same time, shotgun kills grant melee energy, and when you kill something with a shotgun, it'll give you an overshield when you have your melee charged. So that sounds very good and dandy. Now, moving on to hunters as well, Radiant Dance Machines. Activating your dodge ability while near targets allows you to dodge additional times for a short period. Now, I'm thinking this works functionally a lot like, where is it? Sunbracers. Now, basically the way this works is when you punch something and kill it, solar melee kills give you unlimited solar energy, so you're flinging. I'm thinking by the definition of Radiant Dance Machines by, multiple times in a short period, you get a bunch of dodges for like 4 or 5 seconds, and then 'tis out. Now, you saw when I went to Warlock, this is one I am honestly super excited for, and that is Nothing Manacles, because you get additional scatter grenade charge, as well as enabling tracking for scatter grenade projectiles. Just like D1, and honestly, I didn't use scatter grenades much in D1, but I do use them a lot now. So I'm super excited for that. But moving on from exotics, it's time to peek through and comb through everything to see what new additions. So, we have a bunch of new auto rifles returning. We have Scathed Lock returning the adaptive frame, which looks to be updated with everything. Heating up multi-kill clip is a possible role. We have The Last Breath returning Trials of the Nine weaponry. I believe this was added to the Prophecy loot pool, so you'll be able to access it here. This is an adaptive frame auto rifle as well, just like Scathed Lock. Now, as well, we have CHRYSURA MELO. Now, this comes with, it has an ability to drop with a new perk Ensemble, improved handling reload speed when allies are nearby. It is a high impact frame auto rifle. Those haven't really performed well overall, so we'll just have to wait and see how it does. Now, as well, we have Sorrow's Verse, an adaptive frame Soros auto rifle, which I believe is dropping in the Crucible at random. Just like Frozen Orbit and Sparrow's Keening, or whatever that sidearm was, that should be dropping in the wild. Now for scouts as well, Let's see. We have Servant Leader. I believe this is Gambit. This is a new rapid-fire frame scout rifle that looks like the old vertical frames. I actually might have to pick up this. It's a brand new vertical frame, or rapid-fire, as well as another returning rapid-fire, the old contingency plan, a old dead orbit auto scout rifle. There was another Viced rapid-fire specifically. I don't know why Viced is different from normal rapid-fire. Now let's see. Of course, okay, that is all for the scouts. Pulse rifles, let us see. We have the Darkest Before. That's another Trials of the Nine weapon returning rapid fire frame. I don't remember if the frames existed in they did. So yeah, rapid fire frame as well. We also have Forge's Pledge, a adaptive frame pulse rifle new to Iron Banner this season, and that drop surplus wellspring can actually be pretty good. But another check. Returning Legal Action 2, a new Monarchy high impact frame pulse rifle. This is the 3-round slow burst. I'll have to see. I do remember using this a lot in year 1, but I'll have to wait and see how it actually performs in this new day and age. And that should be every pulse rifle. Now, the thing everyone cares about, hand cannons. Now, let's see. We have Judgment, a new adaptive frame, returning, with a new perk, Encore. Precision Final Blows grant a stacked range bonus to this weapon. Non-precision Final Blows remove range stacks but grant bonus accuracy and stability when all range stacks have been removed. Oh, so that's a new weird Boolean Gemini in that perk. Okay. Although it is adaptive, so we have a range of adaptive hand cannons holding the line. So who knows what another adaptive might be. Now, we have the first I've seen of their new stasis weapons. This is a vertical frame stasis hand cannon. Ooh, shoot to loot. They are bringing that back. Shooting an ammo brick picks it up and automatically reloads all of your equipped weapons from reserves. I'm not sure how well that's going to work with primary. It must refer to green and purple ammo. So shoot to loot is back, and stasis weapons are of course featured. They should not freeze. They are just stasis damage. I should emphasize that unless they are exotic or have some sort of stasis relevant perk, they should not freeze anything. So as well, Annual Skate is back, an old Suros hand cannon from year 1, updated as well, another adaptive frame. So we have 2 adaptive frames and a vertical frame. I suppose that works considering we have several other aggressive hand cannons. We have True Prophecy, Steady Hand, Igneous Hammer, Bottom Dollar, as well as several other well, we didn't need many adaptives. So, checking submachine guns as well. No new submachine guns. That's not much of a bummer, considering CHRYSURA's Wrath is supposedly the king of all SMGs. Now, for spoiler alert, we have a spoiler alert. A new Vanguard sidearm is returning. I'm not sure. I think this is just a returning weapon to the field. A lightweight hand cannon now as well. We have Swift Verdict, another precision frame sidearm, returning from Trials of the Nine as well, and that should be, oh no, wait, that's right, we have the Peace Bond, a stasis sidearm special to Iron Banner. Now, it definitely looks like the smallest and least damaging sidearm I've ever seen, but it's another adaptive frame. I'm curious what they're going to do if they ever, oh no, they did. I was just about to say if they add aggressive frame sidearms, but those don't exist anymore. As well, we have Punching Out, a new Pew Pew Suros rapid fire sidearm, which honestly, these are a lot of fun. This looks like it's a Vanguard ritual as well, so it might be the easiest to get. Now, for bows as well, we have WOLFTONE Draw, a new Awoken Arc compound bow. So, I believe that's the first, because I think of arc bows, the only other one that existed was Arsenic Bite. Well, Pointed Stag did exist, but you had to get that and buy that. This one can occur naturally. So, a brand new arc precision compound bow. Now, shotguns, time to check it. Let's see. The Comedian has returned. A new aggressive frame shotgun returning from Destiny 1 as a Nightfall weapon. Now, of course, it does have an adept version for Grandmasters when it comes around. Oh, I like that little golden black finish. It's a lot better than the old Trials of Osiris look. So we'll just have to see how that comes out. Another aggressive frame. Let's see. No new breach load grenade launchers, which actually works considering that within the last couple of seasons, we got one for Season of the Hunt, we got one for frickin' Season of the Chosen, we got one for Season Splicer, or 2 for Season Splicer, so we needed to stop getting them. Now, Vision Rifles, I believed I checked everything that can come by. Yes, now for snipers as well, let's see. The Long Walk, a aggressive frame sniper. We haven't gotten a new aggressive frame sniper since Beyond Light, so it is nice to see that returning as well. Let's see. Now we also have Shepherd's Watch, a new adaptive frame returning from year 1 of Destiny 2. And of course, I never found a basic Yuzume. Now, checking heavy weapon. So before we move on to heavy weapons, I forgot 1 or 2, specifically in the shotgun variety. Now, I missed them just as I was scrolling through. There is a new precision frame shotgun in this kinetic slot that is also stasis damage. And Fractithist, I think that's how you pronounce it, but yes, there is that, as well as a Sudden Death, which is an old returning shotgun from Trials of the Nine, another new aggressive frame. So the most meta shotgun archetype is still holding strong. Moving on to heavy weapons. Let's see. No new swords. Okay, that's good. Need a break from the new sword. Now, for grenade launchers, we have a new rapid-fire frame CANIS Major. Now, no new visible perps on that, but of course it is rapid-fire. Ever since rapid-fires were made from aggressive frames, grenade launchers have honestly kind of been dead to me. So, rocket launchers as well. We have Hothead being a new adaptive frame rocket launcher. Sadly, that is probably a big oof considering the way this looks. This looks like it's meant to kill stuff, but it is the mini Dragon's Breath. I was hoping there was some sort of special perk. I'll have to check to see if it can be a mini Dragon's Breath actually. And of course, now we actually have access to an Adept rocket launcher that is not required from Trials. So of course, there we go. Now we have Ascendancy, another precision frame. Oh, that's right. This is the seasonal ritual weapon. This is a Zenobia D, it looks like. It can roll with explosive light, which is returning from Wendigo. Basically, picking up an orbital light will increase projectiles, blast damage, and radius. Not sure how it's going to work for a rocket launcher, but if you don't like that, you also have Chain Reaction, always dependable, as well as Ambitious Assassin and Impulse Amplifier. So for a rocket launcher, it actually looks like it's got a good arrangement of perks. Now, of course, Linear Fusion Rifle, we did get that one from, what's it called? The brand new one, that's exotic, but this is a new Trials of Osiris Linear Fusion Rifle that does stasis damage. Now let's see, what is this perk? Headstone, Precision Final will spawn a stasis crystal in the victim's final location. Now that is one of the few ways I think a stasis weapon that is legendary can freeze you with a perk like that. So, if you are nearby that crystal, you'll get caught. Now, of course, there is an adept version, but no point in checking because it is that, and we have also no new machine guns. So that is the weapons and exotics look of every new one of those that we have available yet so far. I'm not going to go in depth and analyze every roll that can possibly happen. That's not my job. That is other people's. I'm just letting you know the frames and what they come by. So if you are, say, a vertical hand cannon fan, you now know that if you want to get a new vertical hand cannon, you grind the seasonal activities. So with that, my name is Matt Scorpion. I'll be doing one more video today in addition to this, which will likely be, well, I don't know what about likely. It's guaranteed. It's going to be checking on Eververse. I saw one tiny spoiler, but Eververse has always honestly been the best part of checking these seasons and seeing the new things available. But that, I will see you in the next video. Granted, I don't make a mistake. I know I said the video ended, but I can't end it just yet because I forgot one big important thing: new Wayfinder's Compass perks. So we have anti-barrier auto rifle, not terrible. Whoops, I'm just pressing all the wrong buttons. Now we also have overload bow, which I think is the best part of this alignment. Now as well, we have unstoppable pulse, unstoppable sidearm for some reason, as well as overload blade. So basically, swords are overload. Now in terms of perks, we have linear fusion rifle targeting, linear fusion rifle loader, sword scavenger, shotgun dexterity, as well as hands-on for bonus super energy on melee kills, auto rifle loader for bonus auto rifle speed, shotgun ammo finder so it's cheaper, passive guard receiving less damage from combatants that are close to you while wielding a sword, so you're just a little bit tankier, as well as fusion scavenger, which combines both fusion and linear fusion, I believe, for that version, as well as sidearm dexterity. Now, the truly important parts, the new perks of this season. Now we have Fire and Ice. Defeating a champion spawns a random array of solar and stasis wells, specifically elemental wells. It's hard to say whether or not that's worth it. Thermoclastic Strike. Solar and Stasis melee disrupt combatants, stunning them, delaying ability regeneration, and lowering combatant damage output. Basically, Solar and Stasis overload, so that actually might be pretty handy. Resonance Siphon for gaining stasis ability energy whenever you or your fire team stuns a champion. Another returning one, good. Withering Heat. Causing damage with a solar ability weakens champions for a short time. It's hard to say whether or not it's worth it. I mean, Melting Point exists. As well, Unstoppable Fusions. Basically the thing that might be handy, basically because you can use Vex Mythoclast to stun Unstoppables, saving the need to have a fusion rifle as opposed to other things. But moving on, Well of Potency. Picking up a matching elemental well grants you super energy. I think they're really trying to push people to use elemental wells now that they also nerf Warmind cells. As well, we have Pyretic Embrace. Casting a solar super restores you to full health and shields. As well as Thermoclastic Blooming. Defeating a combatant with solar or stasis melee creates an orb of power. They're really trying to push solar and stasis melee this season. As well as Focusing Lens, which I will remind you, it does stack. At least it stacked before. I'm not sure if it still does, but Focusing Lens originally stacks basically light abilities do bonus damage to combatants affected by stasis. Have one Hunter throw Silence and Squall, have the rest throw Blade Barrage and Celestial Nighthawks. As well, we have Particle Deconstruction, which I took a peek at just because of the sound. Basically, it's Linear Fusion Rifle and Fusion Rifle Breach and Clear. Fully, it's dealing damage to combatant with a Fusion Rifle or Linear Fusion Rifle grants bonus damage with a Fusion Rifle or Linear Fusion Rifle against that combatant for a short duration. This affects stats up to 5 times. So upon further inspection, it's basically Outbreak perfected with fusion rifles. You use fusion rifles and linear fusion rifles against a boss. The more and more you do it, the more and more damage they take. So it's hard to see how that'll work. But aside from that, that is the last bit I have for this video, and I will actually see you in the next one now. Frickin' phone!